All right, so the Nextool Gemini multi-tool has just arrived. This is one of the brand new multi-tools for 2023, and what an excellent multi-tool it is so far. First impressions. Just received it today, but as of today, this is an excellent multi-tool. Now, this started out as a Kickstarter program, and so I think some other people have received it, but now is available to the public, and you can buy this off Nextool's website for $60 or AliExpress for $45, whatever you prefer. Now, this comes in at 9.8 ounces, so it's not extremely light, even though I feel like it feels pretty light. But it is 9.8 ounces. I was expecting it to be a lot heavier. And it comes in with the frame somewhere around the 4.5 inches. But then once you add the bit driver, it's sitting right around the 5-inch length. So right away we see that this is, I really like the design of this. I like black multi-tools, and we see that's not extremely thick, which is what I would have sort of expected it to be extremely thick. It's not extremely wide either, so it's not too far off the dimensions of a Leatherman Wave. Now, obviously, it will be longer than the Wave. It will be more the Leatherman Surge length, but it actually will be lighter than the Leatherman Surge. So I do like the textured handles as well. I like that it is streamlined, and they seem to have done an excellent job. I even like the packaging, actually. So it feels like they've really tried to up their quality, which I think is a great thing. We have 4mm bits for the bit driver. We have a C USB charger, and then we have a nice instruction manual in a vinyl zippered case. This does not come with a pouch. In the future, I would like to look through my multi-tool pouches, of which I have many, and try to find a good carrying solution for this. One of the things you'll notice is the button for the main tool, the cordless screwdriver, is actually on the outside when it's closed. So it could definitely present problems in the pocket. So it's probably a good idea to some extent that Nextool did not add a pocket clip on this one. You do have the charging light, and then this is where you charge it as well. I have not charged this yet, so this is exactly how it came in the box. And I will show you a little bit later about this screwdriver. Now, when we open it up, we have the pliers, which are spring-loaded. They meet together very well. They are replaceable wire cutters. At the bottom, they have what is called, they call the stranded wire cutter. So I usually think of those more like crimpers, but they actually label these as stranded wire cutters. And then on this side, we have outside opening tools. So we have the knife, and there's a place for you to grab it right here. And then that does have the lock. So it is a locking knife. The other tools don't lock, but that's not a huge concern to me. They do seem to snap in place pretty good, and they do seem to have good retention. So this is the scissors, and I actually do like these scissors. I tested them out a little bit earlier, and that didn't do so good, but usually, let's see, there we go. And there we go. There we go. So if you do hit the right part, they seem to work pretty good. They seem to go through paracord fairly well. And so I actually do like these scissors. Actually, I think they might be almost a little bit better than some of Nextool's other multi-tools like the Captain they just released. These might be just as good or a little bit better, actually. And then on the next tool, the tools following the scissors rather, we have the Phillips screwdriver, we have the large flat screwdriver, and this really comes in handy different times. I need a flat screwdriver, and increasingly people are just offering, Phillips and smaller screwdrivers, but sometimes you definitely do need a larger flat screwdriver. And then there is the can opener, the bottle cap lifter, and then they also refer to this as the box cutter as well. So again, these tools don't lock, but they seem to work pretty good. All right, so the main tool, the main reason to buy this is actually the cordless screwdriver or the bit driver. So this will be, again, 4mm. I have tried some of my 4mm bits. They do work. They did wiggle a little bit. They weren't extremely secure, but I have to admit, I have a fairly cheap 4mm bit set, so I'm not entirely surprised. And you can see they do work. So Nextool's bit set seems pretty nice, actually. I do like this. And this one is actually the S2 PH1. So you have forward, reverse, and then again you have the indicator light, you've got the charging port, and I actually did test this out just a little bit tonight on some kitchen cabinets. I was curious how much force it actually produces. Again, I have not charged this at all. And it actually did tighten up the screws on the hinges for the kitchen cabinets fairly well. So I was pleased with that. Now, this definitely, I don't feel like is a cordless screwdriver for drilling. It's not for unbolting your car, unbolting your furnace, fixing your washing machine. This is more for a very light duty task, but I love that Nextool has made this step to include this. I just think this is fantastic. So I'm very happy to have this multi-tool on board, part of my collection. And I really think there are so much things you can do with a multi-tool. And Nextool is sort of pushing that envelope, which I really applaud. And even if it's not perfect, which a lot of people will complain it doesn't have the power of a drill, well, of course not. It's not the size of a drill. So, and I don't know if it's the same power as, like, let's say DeWalt's, what is it? I think they have a 5 or 6 volt cordless screwdriver. I doubt it's quite that powerful. I would have to get one to test, which I do not have one of those. But I am impressed that Nextool made the step and added this into the multi-tool. So I'll have to do some further testing. Again, this is just a first look, but I do really like what they have done with this multi-tool. Again, they did it without it being super heavy or super large or extremely wide or long. They sort of kept it within that parameter of the 4 to 5 inches that most people expect out of a multi-tool, which I think is pretty amazing. So again, this is $60 on Nextool's website, $45 on AliExpress, comes in at 9.8 ounces. And as of today, I would recommend this multi-tool. Now, after I do further testing, perhaps I'll see some things that are more negative, but as of today, I am really pleased with this multi-tool, and I think Nextool has done an excellent job. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.